So, welcome to Blowlers. Last time, we said goodbye to Sallow Shore as you had defeated Sani, the underwater
Easy.
sea hag of the Graveclaw Coven. Following that, you took a little detour to get back to Grey Dirge to visit your mansion, see what progress is like, see if Walker was still, okay. Everything seemed to be, in order in Grey Dirge, and nothing went wrong at all. And you quickly prepared to continue your journey to the industry town of Pakiget. I think last time I called it Pakjet, but I like Pakiget better. I think it's that's how it meant to be pronounced. So another almost a week on the road north. You're now basically on the border of Gap, and we ended on you visiting the outer reaches of town. In Industry Town, the most notable element that you quickly surmised was that the entire population seemed to be undead, and a very specific kind of undead. Everybody had this greenish tint to them, these extended nails, gaunt face, and I think my identified them as Virolex, a form of undead specifically created when the cause of death is, acidic or chemical in nature. So let me give you a brief description of the town again, because it's been a while. So you have the most notable buildings are these factories. Most of them have smokestacks, but only a few of them are active. So that's basically an entire half of the town are these factories on one side of the river. Yeah, the town is cut in half by this river, running through it in the middle. The river is not looking very healthy, very dark and sludgy in nature. The two sides of town are connected by 3 bridges, stone bridges. One of them you had noticed when you went in. The middle one was destroyed. The townsfolk themselves live in very haphazard houses. Most of them one story. A lot of them have been either maintained or constructed from the ground up to be made of metal. You can see various walls, and most of the roofs are in fact made of this kind of rusty steel. And another notable element of the town was that next to the I don't think you guys have made that much of an impression, because soon after you enter town, you quickly realize that this town, the townsfolk were quite not aggressive, but quite hostile to outsiders. Crow, with your strong diplomatic instincts, you realized you couldn't just stroll in like this and expect kind results. So you retreated for a moment to figure out how you could best infiltrate Pakiget. So we're using a subsystem called Infiltration to see how you can best get to this hag that to be around here, this rust hag. Yes, and you treated to a grassy hill that blocks...
The grassy knoll.
Yeah, the grassy knoll. Well, are sniper rifles, exactly. Yes, a little bit out of view of town. And what do you want to do?
Sorry, can I just ask a couple of bookkeeping things I remember from the end of last session? Just a couple, not very exciting. We mentioned we were going to get the Wand of Heal from Walker. Did you actually take it? You took it, okay, cool. We also mentioned in the chat afterwards that we should buy a couple of oil orb lights, just the low level ones.
Yeah,
I don't know if anyone did anything.
Could have done that for sure.
I definitely did not do any like that.
Yeah, I'm fine. I can buy a couple of them. I have like, we all have like 5 platinum. Didn't we get it from somewhere? Whatever.
They're 4 gold each. I have 1 gold.
I also buy a couple, so
They're 4 gold each, and I have a single gold.
You have a single gold?
What?
Why do you don't have
because you bought
like
some new armor, I think. It's something to prepare against like the rust hag, right? Like to.
There's a way to. Oh yeah, there's a way to actually buy something, right? If you like search for it in consumables or something, and then you can like buy it.
Ah.
Pretty cool. I'm gonna buy. Yeah, it's cool. I've never actually done it, but I will buy. I will buy 2 oil lives on Life's Minor, and I'll buy 3 and give you 1. Am I?
Nice.
Okay, I'll buy 2 from.
I have 3 ways to heal people.
Nice. Yeah, so you give yourself 1, and I will.
One of them is nice that we can use them on you as well in case we need to.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I also have healing, but it's just. And yeah, of course, we do the central adventurous thing of saying I keep them in this vial. This vial is oil.
There's no token for crow, so you can't buy things without a token.
You can. You just go to into your character sheet and then click the little.
If you click, I click the buy button in the search thing. It says you need to pick a token.
You can go to the landing, right?
No, I don't know. Mine also worked about it, so I don't know.
Yeah, I'm clicking on it. At least 1 token. It says, yeah.
Okay, I'll put you on the landing. So you can use a token there.
Like the landing's all black. What the fuck?
Wait, what?
Wait, maybe I need to refetch. I think my build maybe.
Oh, this is a nice.
Yeah, the recipe you see.
I like this.
Yeah,
it doesn't look very metally, but.
Oh, there's a new art. Oh, what? Oh.
True that. It does look very metally.
It does have some nice industrial chimneys.
There are some nice chimneys for sure. Anyway, so
clouds that might be smoke, might not be.
Yeah, sorry, so you didn't want to do too much, but yeah, I guess we just have that kind of stuff.
Good prep, yeah. So you got stocked in.
What a low-level healing potion! What preparation for this fight against a known enemy! That's all we could do, baby.
It's more than we usually do.
True.
Oh, I can prepare.
Yeah, so I guess we'll all just like a bit of. And it felt like maybe I don't know, maybe like half an hour outside town or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a bit of a trek to be fully, safe from the townsfolk's eyes. So it's like 20 minutes to half an hour. Yeah.
Sure. Well, you cannot talk your way through this, Crow.
Looks like it. At least not in a mass direct way as I usually do. What's the situation with the local Bloodlord? Like, who's actually like technically in control of this area, or is there Bloodlord control of this region, or do we not know?
Yeah, you had previously found out that Pagat doesn't have a local Bloodlord. Okay. It's too far out of the way, and maybe at one point in time it did, but now. It's too small.
I just want to say, because I just noticed, when I'm in the fox form, I get training in light barding.
Beautiful. Imagine.
Oh, you get like a little cute fox armor.
Oh, a little cute fox armor.
Yeah. But yeah.
So, this place, we need to figure out a new plan. Unfortunately.
Perhaps.
Small, stealthy approach.
Cool. Give me a diplomacy check, or Aztec lore.
Okay. Diplomacy or historic lore. I will click this diplomacy. A private check.
Sure, yeah.
What a difficult choice.
Private, please. Yeah, I thought maybe your diplomacy was dank enough, but.
The diplomacy is definitely like higher than historic.
Okay. Yeah. So with your insights and thinking about like whether you could stalk your way through, I mean, they didn't seem to be mind controlled or anything. Like from your brief look on the townsfolk, like they were busy with their daily lives. You could see various people just going about their day to day. So they're still. You possibly think you could still like. Converse with them, but it would definitely be harder, but it's possible. Like it's not like they would instantly attack you or anything.
Mm, I could try to convince them to for strengths and for us to be good people to them. But this would be harder than usual. Of course, I'm capable of it. But if I talk to the wrong people at the wrong time, that could lead to problems.
This place.
We also do not know who is allied with the hack and who is not here.
Does it matter?
If we talk to the wrong people, that will alarm the hack and will make our life harder.
But I mean, we only need find the hack and attack. We do not need to discuss with the locals.
We do not. But if we alarm the wrong people, we may not be able to find the hack.
Then let us search without talking for once.
Yes. Perhaps we first start with at least figuring out the situation. If we find people who are searching who are not loyal to them, then talking is also viable.
How would you know these people without talking?
You can observe the discussions, for instance. That is one way to find information.
I go take a look then. And my just turns into a small fox and rushes off.
What's your stealth modifier nowadays, by the way? Of interest.
What modifier?
Your stealth.
My stealth is only 10, but I also have.
I will say.
It's static. Okay.
Or to have the system of infiltration be a little bit more clear, you can prepare for before you actually enter whatever you're trying to infiltrate. With to get edge points basically.
I'm trying to. I want to.
Yeah, so you're trying to scout, and are you trying to watch the roads? Are you trying to watch the townsfolk? Are you trying to what is your focus?
Well, at the beginning, I'm going to watch the outskirts of town. And sure, I'm gonna watch, try to scout out, where the least people are.
The least people, okay. Yeah, so you don't need to make a stealth check here because just a little fox on the outside. Yeah, give me a perception check, secret, please.
Now, how does this work with the down? Oh, it's secret. I can fucking see it. See it? It has a secret trait. There we go.
Okay, yeah. So you head to the outskirts. Watch the town from like a safe, concealed distance. It takes a while. Yeah, but as I said, you do notice a lot of the inhabitants in town are on a nightly schedule, and you get a sense of what streets are busy or which alleys are not. Because of this, you also notice most of the labor is done by constructs. Some of it is constructs you're used to, like the undeads, zombie shamblers, etc. Most of it is done by these clockwork automatons that I briefly described earlier. Large automatons made of metal and gears that kind of stomp their way through the streets. Many of the wagons are pulled by them. Another thing you notice is as you, in the distance, you see these factories. You see on the west side a cemetery, like a pretty large sprawling cemetery. And yeah, as you're looking for quiet places, you think the cemetery seems pretty empty right now with all of the dead raised and active now.
Okay.
Yeah, so but all of this takes a couple of hours. Crow and Ocean, you're just resting up, I imagine? Waiting for Maya's return?
Actually, what's it called? Like, I mean, you said we're like half an hour away now, right? Obviously, I mean, you could get closer, I guess, to like the quiet, to like an outskirts of the area, I guess, without being too kind of like. I mean, now we're like completely out of sight, right? What Oscar is thinking about doing is trying to get a bit of a bird's eye view of like the town in general. He's potentially thinking of casting both invisibility and fly. And just basically like almost like just surveying over the top of it for like he only can do it for like 5 minutes, but that's how long fly lasts. Invisibility lasts a little bit longer. So I can also go I guess a couple minutes outside or try to find like a quiet sort of back alley, cast like invisibility and fly there and then like fly up and then try to like land basically. Just try to
sure,
get more
you
like
can
a
do that.
bird's
So
eye view of what's happening.
You want to try that for sure, for sure.
So it's usually smells for a reason,
Yeah, and Crow, what do you want to do in the meantime?
Crow has a thought about it, and he will just go. How would you do it in this case? Did we see like any bars, any inns or anything like in the town as we walk through? Like any places where that would be the most accepting places for travelers?
With a little time you spent in town, you're not sure. You haven't seen any establishments that were clearly advertised as taverns.
Okay. Yeah. I think he will walk a bit around the town. Mostly like just observing people, but with the intention if he like finds someone that he thinks doesn't show similar hostility as everyone else, or multiple people like that, he'll converse with them and try to see if they have any
so you're trying to maybe by yourself less attention and walk through streets to see if you find anyone that you could parlay with.
Yes.
Okay, so I think Ocean. Ian's back. Ocean, let's deal with you first. So you head to the outskirts and prepare your magic.
I realize I have a shit ton of visibility because it's my signature spell. So if it's an each last 10 minutes, so if it's I don't think I want to be sure I don't get seen the first time I cast it. So if I need to cast one invisibility and then a refresher, I'm 10 minutes outside, the buildings, and then cast it again when I get close, and then wait till almost near the center before I cast fly, that's fine by me. If I think the situation is needs it.
Okay.
I got enough invisibility to do 40 minutes in total or something.
Yeah, so normally using a spell like this, for example, during what would normally be a skill check, that would just bypass the skill check. I will say because it's only a short amount of time, I'll still have you roll a perception check to see if you notice
Sure.
anything of interest in that span of time.
Yeah. If I'm, by the way, one thing this might be interesting. If there's any smokestacks which are clearly not functioning, I might do a quick little fly down inside it to see if I think you can almost get inside the building. I won't go very far, but it's almost peer down into it to see if I think you could almost fly down in.
Yeah, fair enough.
Anyway, perception check. Sure. Blind, of course.
Okay. Yes. So you cast your magics. You first go invisible, then lift yourself up with your telekinetic abilities, and you soar through the sky like an invisible cloud. Yes, there's as your focus is maybe a little bit more on these factories. You fly over to over the river and over the bridges. you maybe like stop for a second, as you do notice that you see so the middle bridge is completely collapsed, but the one to the left there and of the right are still in use, but the one to the left you see also has taken damage, or like it's has been partially collapsed at one point. As you get close, you do realize that you spot like weaknesses in this construction that would be pretty easy to sabotage should you want to.
Just the one on the left is already.
Yes, the one on the left. Yes, exactly.
When the one in the middle was destroyed, are we talking about like it's like, you know, just like a hole in the middle where like you can't use it anymore, like the whole thing's basically gone? Like, can I tell? Like,
yeah, you still see, you still see like the ramparts basically, like the beginning parts that are on land, but yeah, everything over the river has been like fallen. You just still see some large bricks like lying on the riverbed, but presumably most of it has like washed away or like been taken out.
It's hard to tell how long ago it could have happened, kind of thing.
Yes, that's
and but there's no sign of like it being repaired, no sort of like, you know, construction, like scaffolding around it, or like kind of, you know, people working on it, or like, you know, even just like taped off, like, you know, it's, do you know what I mean? Like, does it look like a building site at all? Like they're working on fixing it?
No, not really. There doesn't seem to be enough activity to warrant the need of a third bridge. Even the ones in use aren't crowded. Right.
Sure. Okay. Cool.
Yes, and as you get close to these factories, it's hard, even in your invisible state. You still have a presence, of course. You could still be noticed. Yeah. So you can't get too close. As you notice that, even though some of these factories might not be in use, most of the factory grounds are patrolled by more of these clockwork automatons that you notice have large rifles slung across the back, and these rifles you can tell even from this distance have like this piercing edge to them, like almost like a bayonet.
Oh yeah. So clockwork things, is that like what not like constructs are kind of like one thing, like clockwork, like actual like kind of like can I roll anything to know about that? Maybe scribing, like clockwork scribing is very connected.
It would
basically clockwork.
You can try either crafting or society.
Good. Well, I'm trained in society. Right? Okay. It's cool. Yeah, I've got a little side check here. I know anything about clockwork. It's horrible modifier, but I also mudded
yeah, you know, with your knowledge of Gap and magic, you know that technologically this is like impossible. They have to be like animated by magic.
Yeah, it's also cool. Good to know. Yeah, cool. So okay, but then patrolling, no.
Yeah, but it's hard to get too close to any of the.
I'm really trying to get more like kind of like a bird's eye view, almost like a map layout of it, more than like, you know, going too close. Really, like I know I'm not stealthy, so I'm like trying to be like, you know, 100, 200, 300 feet.
Yeah, high up, like bird's eye view. Yes. Exactly, yeah. So you do get a pretty good layout of town. Okay, Crow, you patrol these streets. I will say, give me a stealth check as you're trying to keep to yourself and unnoticed, mostly.
Sure.
Secret as well. Okay. Yeah, it's you're being careful. It's hard to take the main road without getting notice. The main road is quite busy with both these clockwork automatons that are seemingly pretty aware of their surroundings. You do clock that they are pretty perceptive, basically.
You do clock. I like that.
Yeah, exactly. The word was in my hand. what you also notice, looking for people that are maybe more more amiable to you, maybe more friendly than the regular townsfolk. Something that catches your eye as you look up on the main road from like a dark alley is you see a cart heading out of town using the main roads that bears the mark of the Cartus Consortium, like this the transport faction basically. The cart only has a single rider on it, and they are also trying to be as unnoticed as possible. Obviously, like they're one of the various wagons in the road, but this is the first sign you've seen of any of the outside great factions, and you think they're maybe like an outside trader that you could could talk to.
Crow would then like take a white bird, like take the more stealthiest route because he doesn't need to like now find more people anyways. To like get on the road and eventually catch up, or get like on side of the road even to eventually catch up to this guy, or whatever is the stealthiest approach.
Yeah, I think it might be best to wait until the exits down, so you have more private private time. Okay, yeah. So you circle back towards the outskirts, and you do see that the wagon is going quite slowly, only being pulled by one beast, but it's a very interesting animal. It's this mechanical construct that's it's on all fours basically, like a quadruped, and it resembles like a gorilla. As you get closer, you see the wagon. Only has a single driver. Once they reach outside of town, they remove like the hood of their cloak, and you see that they are an undead man. Maybe once a ghoul, but now they also bear the greenish, sickly skin. But yeah, they're veering off towards the main roads.
People were, they were specific green undead. Okay.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they seem to be afflicted by the same curse or like disease. You do see that the road quickly like veers away in a couple different directions. One is to the south, the Greater, where you guys came from. But before it reaches like the river in Gap, it goes east as well, and you can see this cart making its way on the crossroad towards the eastern direction. So that would be more towards like Yelat.
Okay.
That would be the first destination, yes.
Okay. Yeah, Crow catches up to him at some point there.
Okay. Yeah, you're trying to get the driver's attention, I assume?
Yeah.
Alright. So you as you get closer, you hear like the heavy like thuds of this mechanical gorilla as it throws on through. Which you catch up from the backside and then hail the driver. He gives you a look and stops the wagon. You see he's pretty cautious as he regards you. What do you say?
King's traveler or merchants. I have not seen many markings of the great factions here before yours.
Greeting, stranger, you mean in back there?
Yes.
What do you want to know?
I am looking to converse with a friendlier face than those. Most of the locals are sadly not that conversive.
Yes, they've had it rough. And looks at his own body. Give me a diplomacy check as you introduce yourself.
Sure. Diplomacy is always above. Yeah.
Yes.
That's a bad roll. Do I reroll that? Nah. Throw more rolls this session.
Okay. Yeah, he regards you for some time. There's some internal battle happening there as he looks on the road, continuing. He says, yeah, I don't have much time. I have appointments to get to, but yeah, the town back there. We're the only faction left. Cards Consortium. Trade still needs to happen.
Yes. Can you tell me what happened? This has not reached our ears, my ears at least.
Oh, the Carters are the only ones we don't have protection.
What happened? Nobody's really sure, I think. Some kind of spill? Something in the food, maybe. A bad couple of weeks where everybody who was still alive suddenly wasn't anymore.
Oh, I see. How could it be? What if I had an idea of what it could have been? If it was a food poison, food or something in the food.
Well, I try to spend a little time, and I get these days as possible. What's your aim there?
I believe the person, at least what I am after, is the poisonous substance that I refer to. I know there's a person around that I wish to get rid of, or at least justice for what they have done in their plans against the rest of Geb.
Aim in another diplomacy check? Oof. He says, look, I'm a merchant, I don't go by justice, doesn't earn much. But there is someone in town that feels similar, I believe. One of ours. Find someone called the Shroud. They're similarly unhappy about what happened and are looking for change.
Any pointers how to find this person?
There's a abandoned warehouse about 200 meters into town. It's quite large. He spends most of his time there. I suggest you don't visit unannounced.
Announced as, but would one just walk there and knock on the door? Would that be unannounced?
If he's feeling kind, he's usually he sticks more to the shadows. Who knows, he might be in luck.
I see. Well then, I shall perhaps do so. Try my luck there. Thank you, friend. Good luck on your endeavors, and hopefully things don't get worse for you. I suggest trying to get food from outside the town, as I believe this poison is usually spread by food.
Fair enough. He kind of points back to his wagon. Says, this doesn't hold any food either, just mundane alchemical items.
This is good. Yes, as far as I know, so far only crane has been used.
Well, safe travels.
Same to you.
Okay. Yeah, there's a yeah, and the gorilla goes back into to animation and starts treading further.
This has probably taken like a moment. Like if Crow now returned to like where the party was, the others would probably return to as well, right? Or
Ocean, sure. I think might arrive a little later, but like close enough that you all reconvene.
Crow would then reconvene before going Doctor's route.
Sure. Yeah, so you all reconvene from your various efforts back on the grassy hillside.
Just check. When I was flying above, there was no sort of like, I don't know, like central, like one factory was much larger than any of the others, or any like really fancy looking buildings or anything like that.
You could see the factories more, in the middle, near to the bridges, are the ones in use. Further than that, it's hard to gain much information on their function or. There wasn't one clearly larger than the others, for example. No.
Okay, that's fine.
By the way, because of this, the party gets 2 edge points. So basically, edge points are like points where if you fail a check or like fail an obstacle, basically you can use an edge point to instead succeed. So I'll keep track of that. Okay, so Mai, you're back. Yeah, so the party reconvenes on their outside of town on the grassy hills.
Well, what did you guys find out?
Still sort of shrugs.
If we want to enter more stealthily, they seem to have completely abandoned the graveyard on the west side of town. An easy and a simple place to enter if we don't want to use the bridges.
Good way to get to that side of town, then.
Even the ones that look unused are still patrolled by those magical automatons.
So whoever controls them has something inside that they wish to guard.
Some kind of nods. Perhaps. Apart from that, I saw the bridges. One of them is also close to failing. Perhaps a good distraction.
Yes, or an escape route.
Yeah.
Well, I went around and tried observe the locals a bit. Well, mostly not the locals really, because they are more than hostile. But I did find or spot a Carter's Consortium member and a cart leaving town. I talked to the man. It seems that the Carters are the only faction remaining in town. A trade still needs to happen. He wasn't that talkative in the end. Seemed to mostly prefer to stick to their own business. But they did told me that there is a member of the faction called the Shroud around who wishes to see change around here in similar manner to us.
And where are they?
A warehouse in town. One should not arrive unannounced, is what I was told. So,
how do you suggest we announce ourselves?
Walk up to a door and knock on it.
Sort of frowns and is like, I'm very certain that is showing up unannounced.
Perhaps. Well, I suppose we could find another member of Carthage Consulting that could introduce us. This one was heading off town, so was not of use for this purpose.
Perhaps a more neutral meeting point would be wise. I do not. We could post a letter, a note, explaining our motive and suggesting a meeting, rather than walking into a stranger's lair.
Perhaps. Although, how would you pass this letter to them?
We post it under the door of this abandoned warehouse.
Yes. Well, assuming that. As well, I suppose it is enough public knowledge within their faction. If this one trader knew about it. Yes. I suppose, yes, we can use a letter for this purpose. Unless we happen to run into them as we approach.
But still, no idea where she is or what she's doing here.
The factories, at least, are possible, I guess, with guards being plenty in abandoned ones.
Yeah, there is no one in particular that seems more likely than the others.
Yes, and we do not probably have the time to properly look through all three of them without engaging all the automatons.
Say all three of them? There's more than three, right?
Oh, there's one three? Okay, let's do this.
Yeah, there's 3 bridges, but there's various factories.
That's like loads of fucking factories.
Yeah, numerous.
Yeah, we don't have time to go to all of them.
We in a rush?
No.
After the first
I'm doubtful.
attacked, they started
Yes. We in the end, while we try to pride ourselves to be somewhat stealthy, hidden, we are.
You were too close already.
These automatons are extremely perceptive. They will spot us eventually.
We were too close already to letting Sani escape. We cannot give this one warning.
Yes. Agree.
Alright, so what are your next steps?
Believe.
It's like several hours. It took a while, right?
It took all in all 2 hours, yeah, basically.
Oh, okay. Got through.
Yeah, Crow would then start transcribing a letter.
Alright.
You use cut up newspaper, right? So it can't be tracked. We have kidnapped your daughter because of the second bridge.
Yeah, your calligraphy skills. Okay. Yeah, and what is the message of this letter?
So, what do we want to tell the man then? Because we don't necessarily want to give away all our parts, all the knowledge.
Of course not. But we have heard there are others who are not happy with the state of Packhead, and that if it is to be rectified, it must be done by like-minded individuals.
Yes. Perhaps this is enough. Very direct.
Those drugs. It's less direct, knocking on the door.
Yes. Well, we also need to have some ways to inform them of how to step a meeting. So,
Indeed, we just put a time and a place and wait.
yes, let us do so. Somewhere close to town, but not too close. I know the exact place.
No, that's good.
Scroll thinks of a random place he randomly found.
You know the exact place.
Somewhere close to town, but not too close. Okay.
Yeah.
The perfect location for Super Hijacker. Choose that one first, please.
We walk 10 paces to the left and we
there must
find
be
it.
more abandoned buildings or something, right? Do we've seen on the outskirts or something?
Sure. Yeah. There's a small farmhouse. Sure. Yeah. And that's there's almost like a ruin at
checks
this
it out
point.
in their
Fair.
fox form first to make sure that that's actually empty and
Okay, yeah, you can tell the farm is probably abandoned because the ground around here is similarly infected chemically, making all the crops rot. So yeah, farming on this side of the river is hard these days. Okay, yeah, so you choose a farmhouse relatively close to town. Yeah, and finish the letter.
I guess we put a time. Do we just? We probably don't want to just spend. I don't know, because we also have to assume we might be waiting a few hours to see the note, what we did, and it's like. I mean, it's still like. What time of day is it? It's been 2 hours, but it's like, I don't know, the middle of the night or something, or.
It's a little over midnight, like 1 a.m. Yeah.
Okay, so the sun will be up soon. Maybe at the following sundown.
Or maybe the like end of this night, that could work.
Perhaps, so long as they see the note soon.
Yes, well, I'm sure if we accompany with a knock, someone will notice the note sooner or later.
Fair enough.
Alright.
There's something else I wanted to ask. Oh yeah, well, as we're like, I guess like walking or like you're leading us in the direction of this abandoned warehouse, I was like, what happened to this place? You spoke to a local.
Yes, they were unsure completely. Perhaps a poison, something in the food was what they reckoned was a possibility.
But
It happened in a span of a couple of weeks.
The land itself is also dying. How can that be
Yes.
food?
If the whatever was poison in the food also spread to the local land, to water, you choose water.
So the
One not
water
choose
was
water.
poisoned.
Yes. I didn't know. But I'm not good enough with chemicals, alchemics either, to ascertain how such things spread.
I did not slowly. And yes, keep heading towards
Perhaps this shroud knows better.
Perhaps. I guess Oscar perhaps like says doesn't want to go, like the abandoned warehouse is still like within town, right? And Oscar doesn't really want to be seen too many times, so maybe I like to stay. Like maybe I'll just go wait at the farmhouse, I guess. But the others would.
So sorry, who's delivering the letter?
I mean, we could let Mike take it in Fox form as well, right? She could just like.
Yeah, Mike can take it.
Yeah, I can just put it in my mouth.
Alright.
Do a
little bit to cause
like
noise.
your nose and then run away.
Some small teeth marks in there, but
Get a collar with like the scroll tubes. Fucking messenger fog.
Do make me a stealth check as you head back in town with the letter. Alright, yeah, you've got a pretty good idea of the quiet alleys, the not so busy houses. Yes, and you make your way pretty deftly towards with Crow's instruction towards this large like single story like warehouse or like shipping container. It's pretty close to the river, and you try and like slip it under the door.
Yeah.
Okay, so these large double doors that do have plenty of space underneath. You just slip it on through quickly without anyone seeing, and just. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I give the door some scratches and I was off.
All right.
I was like, "What's that cat doing?" They go check.
Meow. Okay, so you scratch it up and then head back. You don't seem to have been noticed. So that went relatively well. Then you return to the farm.
Right, to sit down. You got
Most of it's you have to be pretty careful with the furniture. It seems like it's not been used for a while. Some of the wood is.
Super uncareful.
All right, so Crow, as you both are waiting, Ocean sits down. The heavy-boned skeleton just crashes straight through like this rocking chair.
Oh, unfortunate.
Can you mend those things? I heard there's magic for such purposes.
Not magic, I do.
Unfortunate.
So she looks around at the shattered chair to find some nice things to be throwing around. Like picks maybe a couple of sharp splinters of future telekinetic projectiles.
Oh, this was all part of your plan, I see.
All part of my plan. I was dismantling the chair in this impulse way. Maybe I tried to find a slightly more studied. Can't wait for my.
I find a nice study table.
Standing and leaning on objects.
Hey, Ocean, as you're waiting, Crow just crashes through like a wall now.
The wall like gives way.
You please not destroy stuff.
Right, without
here and the house is collapsed.
Where you got a new farmhouse?
Without going too destructive, Mai, you return to the others. Yeah, you wait. Sorry, just to be sure, you specified the next sundown, right?
This sun up actually.
This sun up. Okay.
So like 5 hours away, I guess. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and as you wait, it's not too long, but perhaps another hour before anyone was on guard. So I believe like Mai and Crow at least. Hear the flapping of birds as a raven, a live raven, flies and lands like on a fence post outside.
I look out the window and I'd still be like in my fox form most of the time, I think. Do I see anything particular with this raven?
Make a perception check.
I'm guessing animal life in general has been a bit limited since you've been around it.
Yeah. Okay, so shape changers intuition.
Yeah, you briefly think that this might be a cautious person in disguise until you see their effects wearing a sort of like rolled up note on one of their feet.
Okay. My jumps off from the window still turns into her normal humanoid form and like walks up the front door towards the crow.
Okay.
It turns into a shrine.
No, you take.
I take the note.
You take the note. The raven quickly flies off with a caw, and yeah, you start reading it.
Yep.
Yeah,
it's back inside.
As you walk back inside. Yeah, you do you read it out loud or to yourself?
First, I read it to myself.
Okay. It says. Greetings, strangers. Your proposal intrigues me. I'm glad you are cautious. Alas, I am even more so. So I will not venture towards this location outside of my jurisdiction. Meet me at the shipping facility in town. 2-story building. Easy to recognize. We will discuss further there. On my terms. And it's not...
I read it.
There's no name.
Yeah, and then I just give it to Crow and go back to being a fox.
Well then,
Okay.
suppose we know where we are headed.
So
At least I am. Up to you two, whether you want to join me on the discussions.
Do not trust them enough yet for you to go alone.
Perhaps. So, I can at least easily accompany me then.
I will follow.
Let us head for these facilities. The sooner we are done with, the sooner we know what to do next. Our time may be limited by factors unknown.
Okay.
We roll out.
You roll out. Yeah, and I'll say because of your investigation so far to the to be mostly unknowns in town. Like I'm not gonna have you roll stealth checks every time. You know the paths to like be relatively undisturbed. Yeah, so you head into town and stealthily make your way over to this this building. Yeah, you see a relatively impressive two-story building. You'd actually see a small ship next to the building on like the riverside, and the dockside doors are open of this shipping facility. As you head over towards the front door, which and the backside of the building, like facing the town, seems to be more residential.
My climbed top of the building. It's the
Right.
second floor, right? You wanted us to go to the second floor. Right?
Oh, you wanted you to go to this specific building? Yeah, it didn't.
Oh, okay, never mind.
As we described the 2 stories, so we would know what to look for.
Okay.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, I think my still enters from an alternative
Okay.
tiny creature route.
Yeah.
I'm close muscle, like before we.
Crow, yes, walks up to the front door and knocks on it with his
I
cane.
stare at everyone.
Yeah, you see towards the sides and front are various carts and wagons parked. So you have good. There's not much visibility of people like seeing you enter or like basically head to the house. Yeah, you knock on the door. After a brief moment, the door swings open. You don't see anyone there.
Oh, the shroud.
Hmm.
Nostrand walks in.
Yeah, Crow also must walk in. Oh.
Okay. Yeah, you find
And
yourself
closes the door
in.
behind
Mm.
ourselves.
Yeah, you immediately shut the door so the moonlight doesn't reach inside. Yeah, so you find yourself in a very dark room, other than one single candle. Obviously, you guys have the ability to see in the dark. So you see a quite large and luxurious like living room. You see a hearth that is not active, a large how do you call it in English? Like a large chair, high back, made
Throne.
like no,
No.
like a fauteuil we call it. Let me see. Translate.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about because the word is very similar in Swedish.
Translate.
I think it's a
Armchair, I guess. I guess it's just
Oh.
called an armchair.
Are you thinking one that has like the bits almost on the side as well? It's kind of blocked off
Yeah.
or no?
Yeah,
Those
exactly.
wingback chairs.
Wingback chair. Okay, yeah, one of those, and you see an individual sitting there. There's a small table with the candle next to him.
Oh yeah.
As in one hand he holds a
Heart beating.
like a staff. It's too large or too long to be like a walking stick, or like a cane. And in the other he has like a thin rope that like leads up to the ceiling, and over to the door in like this pulley system. As he lets
The
go,
illusion
as he
is
closes the
broken.
door. And but the individual is very finely dressed. Even inside, he's wearing like this top hat, this long coat, both like auburn color. He is on that.
Finally found the other person who dresses
I'm gonna
properly.
leave. Yawn.
Similar,
Ah.
Oh no, okay, it's cool. Snap Foster doesn't leave. He's like, give me a
similar like greenish tints to their skin, but they have these fine like sideburns.
There's got some nice
Yes,
sideburns,
and he says,
this guy could be a stormaturge. He's got the book and everything.
says, "Howdy, partners. How may the trial would assist you?"
My
Oh,
said, like
he's-
up in the rafters,
He
almost
speaks in the
squinting
third
to himself.
person. No. And it looks the crow, and it's like,
Yes, the shroud may assist us by having a discussion, I suppose. That's for the starters. One of your traders pointed you to us as someone who might be
on a similar.
interested in similar matters as we are.
Well, is there the gold trade? Because, as you see, I am in charge of it.
And not at the current time, but perhaps at another time. We are individuals who have tracked a certain group of fiends around Ge. They have their faction were planning to poison the entire living populace. We have so far tracked most of the headpins down and taken care of them. We wish to take out the rest.
Perhaps why this affects you. We believe they could be behind the incident that happened here. That I imagine is not good for trade.
Like mighty hard work tracking down all these fiends. So you've tracked one of them down here. And who is this individual you're chasing?
Names are a tricky thing, my friend. They come and they go like whispers in the wind.
You know, from your notes from Iron Tavia, the hag is named... Okay, Crow. You know from your notes
Yeah. What's the name?
from Tavia, the Rust hag is called the Crosia.
Okay, that was... Okay, yeah, okay. I read it weirdly in my notes. Okay.
So I'll write it down.
No, okay. You say it again, quite. Then it makes sense why I remember.
Croatia. I misread it apparently in my notes.
And why
expect it-
would you need my assistance?
Can I sense motive, see if what that name, does he look worried or like surprised
Yeah,
or anything?
give me a
Does he
perception.
even recognize it or is he playing along? Like, kind of,
I also want to check from
oh,
the
like
raft.
you,
I
he's like,
look
my
down.
brother. No.
I was very much observing this individual's every emotion and movement as well.
Ostion and Crow, you're unsure. He's very hard to read. He's like,
Staff, yeah, so cool.
yeah, he's all of you sense that he's putting up a front, basically, like,
Yeah.
but a little bit outside of the conversation, you have more of a opportunity to catch him in a split second. You do notice that he recognizes the name, and maybe you even see a flash of emotion, yeah.
Yep.
Yes, but he says, and why would you think I could assist you in this?
Well, we were told that you would like to see change here. And this individual, at least her sisters held much power within the lands they were in, and the power they held was not seen positively by.
We do not need much assistance, simply information about her.
Yes.
The Shroud is but a simple businessman. I know some occurrences in town, but they're at ends. But you have piqued my curiosity. How do you plan on ending this threat if they are also powerful?
Same way as her sisters. We get her, and we take her out.
They can be powerful, but we did not say we would not.
Okay, Osion, can you aid Crow's diplomacy check? That is a success.
I think Crow might already have
success.
bonus.
Rip.
I think the
So Garlier status or circumstance?
The glass item.
That's right.
circumstance bonus.
It is circumstance.
That's stuck. So.
Was still not quite as useful as a cane, I'm afraid.
I should just intimidate this guy.
If you want, like, you wouldn't necessarily be intimidating this guy, but I'll let you, like, also.
When I said like we are also
like
powerful,
you're powerful, yeah, like
a little bit.
to be like show your pressure basically. Yeah, give me an intimidate. See if
Nice.
it's similar.
These dice
I
fucking
saw the
suck.
19.
I view all these dice, they fucking suck.
They look so nice, or at least readable, you know.
It looks so nice. Okay, yes.
There we go.
Okay. Well then, it seems it might be time to lift the veil. Yes, he might be exactly what I've been hoping to find. He stands up and says, "Follow me, dear strangers," and starts heading towards a back room. As he unlits the candle with his fingers.
Unlit is a good word. I like that.
What do you call it? Like, you extinguishes it. Yeah.
But unlit is a good word. It's like you're saying unalive when you're banned you know? We wish to unalive.
I know the words, it's just hard to get them in the second.
No, it's good. It's good.
Alright. Yeah, so he leads you to like a back office. You can definitely see there are papers like hanging on every inch of the walls here, with various like colored lines through them, like basically like a conspiracy theorist, like a investigator.
Philadelphia meme right now.
Exactly.
Charlie.
Yeah. Pepe Silva.
Exactly.
He's got boxes full of Pepe.
Is Maya able to this is like a back room? Is Maya able to come in without like being noticed? Or?
Going through the door. Are there ventilation ducts? And they'll fucking go.
Yeah, there are like, well, they're not ventilation ducts, but there are like beams, like a little lower than the ceiling, that you can use to like nimbly. You have a climb seat, right? Because you like nimbly crawl through like the top of the door back up to the ceiling once more. Yes, and you're led into this room. There's also like a large desk against the back wall. Just well, I, as one of the town's Samaritans, do have some issues with this, the Crocia you speak of. Let me show you. And he, from left to the right, he starts like going across the walls, pointing with his staff, like, the poisonings started happening, as far as I can track it, a few years ago. Innocent events at first, only a few people. The drinking supply, the river, some grain silos could be attributed to incompetence. Alas, I've tracked it further than that. This is intent. And he stops at one particular drawing of a woman, long black hair, thin, long nails. Yeah, all of you can identify this as a hag at least. But it's kind of like a rude sketch, basically. And he says, "This, the Crocia, known as the boss around here."
To the point.
And yeah, he turns back to you. Yes. You're offering to deal with this woman.
Yes, to unalive her.
I like that term.
You call him undead, you call him unalive. You know?
Well then, I am willing to offer my aid, as limited it may be. I can show you some of her dealings that would provide good evidence of her faults. Let me show you. And he heads over to the desk. And you can see more like parchments strewn about.
Yeah.
And he gathers a few of them in like a particular order. He says, "This right here is, well, my accomplishments as a merchant, a tradesman. I know how to keep my eye on the money. See here, she imports firearms from Alkenstar. Tries to pass them off as her own designs from factories of Pagettes. Obviously, this shows her desperation to keep her floundering finances afloat. More strangely, though, and he kind of like moves over to another side of the desk. He ships large quantities of inert alchemical components to various places around Gap. You can see a map, not too unlike to the Gap map that you guys know of. Bit vague on details, but he has various like axes basically, and he points to one saying here, somewhere in the Axton Woods. Then again, over to the eastern borders, a lawyer in Shore. And then he points to a cross in Yelet, straight to the east of here. A woman in Yelet. I don't know much about these shipments, but they are all the same materials.
I kind of like share a look with Crow when he mentions like a woman in Eled.
What do you know of this Eled? This Eled? What? The other two have been taken care of.
Not a shipment as regular as the others, but it is common in a much needed supply.
He trolls around and has both the hands on his staff now and says, "Well, surely you must share the details of how you dealt with these threats. I do like to keep my notes up to date. This woman of Elad is an interesting one. I know perhaps more about her than the others, because the financial records indicate that this woman is in charge of the shipments, at least. She foots all the bills. It's usually a good indicator. I know she's a member of an organization called the Twilight Castrum. Are you familiar with his name? Anyone?
Are they a scribing organization, perhaps?
I'll let you roll scribing.
What?
Anyone else can. Yeah, sure. Or society. Yeah.
Or Abyssal, if also an Abyssal organization, you know.
I do not have society.
So
or
imagine being
scribe.
master in the skill and only having +12 on it. Can you imagine? Shit.
Alcyon, as you think on this, you do get a few names, almost like magically, that pop up in your name, but in your head. But you figure these names are like old, and this organization seems, very new wave for you. Crow. Yeah, you. I think you have visited Yela maybe briefly, like on your travels before you headed over to Great Urge. Yeah, you've heard of the Twilight Castrum. They are a academy, basically, like a school of necromancy.
How's the name written exactly?
Yeah, let me.
So I get some notes, mate. BRB.
Okay, cool. Twilight Castrum, the school. Oh, interesting. So, member of them, not the head. So,
As far as I can tell, she is the one who is paying for this whole ordeal, so I would assume she's the one in charge.
let's see. Interesting.
Although the people in Pagigat may call the Crocia boss, she's floundering. There's, even though she may call the shots, she's increasingly desperate, I would say.
Interesting. Do you know why?
Alas, I am unsure as of now. These notes, they do take time to gather. I am a prepared and, some might say, paranoid individual. It served me well in the past, but it does mean information trickles slowly.
Yes. That is the weakness of such approach. Of the woman in Ela, do you know of them any more details of them that are worth sharing?
I'm afraid not, no. I haven't left town myself, so everything I hear comes from my colleagues in the consortium.
Well, this is already proven a very useful information.
I'm glad to hear, but let me propose a deal as such. You eliminate this threat for me, and you'll have a very powerful ally in the leadership of Paget. I can assure you of this.
No buts and ifs.
The Shroud is a very careful man. Once your business is concluded, I would ask you to leave and never return or speak of this business again.
Unless we wish to call on an ally, I presume.
Sorry, what was that?
Unless we wish to call on our ally, I presume.
True enough. In order to sweeten the pot, I would give you some lodging you might need. While in town, I assume you could use a private sanctum of sorts. I am willing to offer you some beds and a roof over your head, should you need it.
Yes. This would be useful to us. Better than the fields around. You wish to know about the other two that be taken care of, yes?
Indubitably, please. He started heading over to the exits and said, "Well, you share your stories. Let's get a little bit more comfortable." And lead you back into the living room towards like this nice lounge set, and sits down. Yeah, and you tell him of your previous adventures with Tavia and Sani.
The great exploits of what's our team name? Every group needs a team name.
Our group has really avoided team names so far. That's what we do. We just
We need a
refer.
secret.
That's all we do. Always refer to the manager.
3 Musketeers. Yeah, I guess we can.
Yeah, he's very intrigued, especially with their parts in these poisonings, as far as you can tell it. Yeah, and you have a nice long conversation with the man. Is there anything particularly you still want to ask him?
I mean, he mentioned it seemed like from the there was a sketch of Divisio and everything. Did I get the impression she was she keeps herself hidden and not or just you know what I mean? I guess photography doesn't really exist. It was a rough kind of crude sketch you said. So was it more to she keeps to the shadows and she doesn't show herself around town? Or...
Yeah, the shroud says the boss is, especially in recent times, as careful as I am. She hides
Consider
herself.
how careful he is till we found him in an afternoon after speaking to one of his employees, but don't mention this.
He seems very confident.
Yeah, so it's a good thing we weren't on your side.
As far as I can tell it, she hides about in various places. I've not been able to track her down.
I imagine so. But yeah, there wasn't much. Just wanted to double check if you knew anymore. But life.
I haven't made much effort, I admit, recently. She is a formidable foe, although I do like to see her removed. I didn't have the option to until recently.
Any pointers where one would begin their search? Or where not to search? Since the place probably does not contain.
She doesn't do cordial visits, so I assume any residential areas, maybe even the local taverns and pubs are safe to cross off. Unless she's more sly than I'm willing to admit.
I'm sure the shroud can be deceived, so...
Kind of gives you a look.
Trees and warehouse it is. Yeah.
Sorry?
Then the abandoned factories and warehouses it is. Oh.
Perhaps I
I
advise you to keep careful and do your own investigation. Yes, I leave it to you.
Yes. About the mechanical constructs, is the boss in control of them? Or who are they loyal to?
In short, yes, she is. They are products of the factories, and as such, her name is stamped on them. In actuality, most of the commands are given by those in charge of the factories day to day. There are many managers and more low to the factory floor. That's do the commands, I do believe.
And these individuals are still loyal to the boss?
Perhaps most so, yes.
Perhaps we could have time for a chat with one of them.
Yes. But we should be careful which one.
Yes,
Some sort of
stroll in
looks at
as you
and then
are.
he's like,
Yeah, perhaps you did not get my point with the word chat.
Oh, I did. But some are easier to convince than others of our greatness.
Oscar still kind of like, he's like, still doubt it, but okay.
Put this in your gallery. Alright. Well then, if you stick around for too long, people might get ideas. Should you wish to take part of my offer, use a side door. It'll lead into a simple room, plenty enough for lodging you seek.
How would is there access to discuss with you that way, simply? So that we do, if we wish to.
Your previous method of leaving a note is simple, but will suffice.
Very well. Let us use that then. The same location?
Oh no, you can use the door that's in the side room that will lead to the main house. Leave it there. I'll keep an eye on it.
Very well.
yeah, Elsham starts heading towards the side. I guess it's, getting near sunup, a little time.
Alright. Yeah, you make your way over to this spare room. Basically, three there wouldn't be just three. There would be multiple simple cots, maybe for like servants or something to that effect. Some simple nightstands, but other than that, it seems empty. All right, and you start resting on them.
Yeah.
I guess Austrian would kind of like also ask, like, well, useful, but still, little. What do we do next?
Yeah. He is.
Seems these factory managers might be one of the only ones who know real information regarding her.
Yes. Or random fact, or random. No security. There's no security stuff because I'll sell them at once. Perhaps random burgers could, but the managers probably have way more.
You think she would let her, if she keeps hidden of this individual? I'll show some gestures to like to the room we were in. I do not believe a simple slave worker would know more.
Perhaps not.
I don't think it's worth the risk to speak to your average worker. Even if they have seen some with her, it's probably old news.
Yes, I agree.
It's far higher chance that they will rat us out the moment they get the chance.
Yes, I agree that this is probably too big of a risk. For now,
I'm planning to give whoever we talk to a chance to speak after we are done with them. When I said chat with the managers, torture to death.
I did say our greatness goes in many ways. Still.
But you believe it does not work.
You two can be especially scary when you decide to do so. and I know my threats as well.
All we need is
How do
one
we
of these
plan to get to
managers.
these managers?
Yeah. The problem with this manager plan we need to be careful about it is that if a manager goes missing, that at least will be noticed. Unlike
Also nods. Indeed, I would want to do it all within one night.
As you guys are having this conversation, the door suddenly opens and the shroud stands in the frame. He looks at mine, says, I figured, and then closes his door again.
Oh, I thought that was just the fox. The fuck?
I give him a little wave.
But indeed, if we go so direct, let's do this. Then yes, I would say we would need to attack her within a night.
yes. So perhaps we try to get as much preparations done before we do this.
Does the shroud count as a contact? Check?
Does the shroud count as a contact, sorry?
Yeah, for infiltration.
Wait, let me double check.
Because that's definitely what Crow was originally doing, is trying to gain contacts.
Yeah, so you mean like the...
Like as players. I thought we were more just like, kind of...
Yeah, you can still ask questions if like you're familiar with the
Yeah, it's like I have
rules.
to look it up or I miss some
No, don't. I mean, yeah, so it's not like as clear cut as this. It's not a contact as such. It's more like an opportunity, is what they call it. But
No.
like you can still like talk to him, of course, but he doesn't seem to know that much about like the actual ongoings and stuff.
Okay.
Cool.
It's like you say, prepare more. What do you wish to do? I do not know what else I can do to prepare.
Well, we can find where all of them are to begin with before we go
Yes.
rampaging around town.
All of what?
The managers. So we can go straight from one to another and not waste time looking after each time.
You mean their homes? Or the factories themselves?
Well, both, I suppose. Depends on when we're going after them.
We don't even know how the factories are structured. We don't know the floor plans or any such things.
You
If we
believe
just
we can
trust
gain
in-
floor plans?
Well, we could scout the area, figure out. Well, at least have a better idea than a building from outside, of at least some of them. See how perhaps there's a factory that's unused. We could have a look at it.
I saw all factories from the sky, even the ones that seem abandoned or patrolled.
Perhaps still one of these abandoned ones that can be easier to approach than the more. Even though they're guarded, maybe.
Your shrugs, you can try, but I was above them. I saw no easy way to get close.
Even by usage of magic, combination of magic and stealth.
Some shrugs, perhaps we can get one in.
No, that's enough to gain information, is it not?
Also a risk.
This is true.
If you're looking for, I'll like try and like put it a little bit more clearly like this. If you're looking for ways to like maybe infiltrate the like one of the abandoned factories, or like patch yourself off as like one of the factory workers, maybe that could be a possibility. Obviously, like stealthing in could work. You could, so it would either be like deception based, stealth based. You could use crafting. I don't know if anyone's is good at crafting, but you could like use crafting to maybe like pass yourself off as, one of the automatons. Ostion, wait, let me give you. I think you would know this. Let me double check something.
I don't know anything.
Yeah, you have this undead empathy, right? Like the ability to link with simple minds of the undead. You have seen various workers and grunts of that nature that you could try and influence in some way. So that would be like more like a religion/diplomacy. Yeah.
Sure. Do some diplomacy effort, Monka. Religion, no.
Religion would be technically easier, but yeah, you're definitely more adept at diplomacy.
Yeah, also sort of shrugs. Then do what preparations you wish.
Alright, so what do you guys want to do? So you, I'll say if you guys want to take a long rest here, you definitely can.
Yeah, I think probably right. So
the sun's coming up. I can't be outside during the sunlight.
That's crazy.
It'll be difficult, but okay, yes, you take one of the beds and rest on up. Grow a little longer than others.
Yeah. I could also try to charm someone.
So yeah, like a full 8 hours, you're pretty sure that the sun has set again. If you lift one of the heavy curtains, I think Crow needs 8, yeah. One of the heavy curtains, and yeah, the last rays of the sun are setting.
Well then.
Well, Crow, you're the one who said you wanted to do more preparations. Go ahead.
Yes.
I'll gladly climb around as a fox and see if I can scout something out, but
I will also have a look around town. Chances more people talk to are slim.
We also do not want to be seen too much before we begin.
That is why I stick to more outskirts this time. And maybe perhaps more look at what's happening.
Maya's gonna see if she can scout out one of the more abandoned boundaries or factories. Whatever.
Factories, okay. Yeah, and using the roofs mostly is what I heard.
Yeah. Not gonna fucking be on the ground where she can get stepped on by a machine.
Okay, yeah. So you climb on the roofs. That's not a super big deal. There are some gaps within, from the alleys and from the roofs. It's not the easiest of modes. The advantage is obviously you are very well hidden from most eyes in town. Can you give me an athletics check?
Oh Jesus Christ, Jacko! Do you know what my athletics is as a fox?
Wait, let me see if you can use anything else here.
It's a -4.
It's -4.
Acrobatics as well, right? Sure, that's fine.
No, this is only athletics. This is pure jumping. Trying to get across as a...
God, okay. Well, I might fall down and hurt myself, but let's go.
But Foxy don't take full damage though, right?
5.
Okay.
It's a non-fox, it's +15. I guess,
turn into a non-fox for the really terrible jumps.
So yeah,
you real reason not to do that, technically, but
I'll say
I guess.
yeah.
So yeah, I mean, you wanted to try this as a little fox, right? So you try a jump, basically, see how it works out. It seems like a pretty easy jump because one, like the roof you're on is higher than the one you're trying to get to, but the gap is a little bit bigger than you thought. So and you kind of like have to catch yourself on the edge. The racket it makes, like one of your hands slips as like one of these metal sheets just like falls down and clatters, making quite a large noise around you.
Have rapid mantle, so I can get up really fast.
Okay, you quickly like correct yourself and get up. You're pretty sure no one from down below in the streets like saw you in this momentary split second, but you do all of a sudden like hear a screech from up above, and coming down is this flying creature, wings of a bat, but the face is like this mongrel, like long ears, long green tongue, very sharp fangs. I'll show you a picture of it.
Oh,
Cute.
Yeah, it screeches at you as it like droops down from below, like in the moonlight. I think we have to roll some initiative.
okay.
Um,
Good thing it's just already a battle
Yeah.
on this map for some reason.
Interesting, and you were already on it. Okay. So let me double check. Can I do it like this? Okay.
Yeah,
yes.
oh, it's bigger.
Oh, it's big.
Yeah, it's large. Yeah.
A lot bigger than
Uh,
a fox, Monka.
Let me see who would win in the initiative.
Ooh.
Ooh, okay. So yeah, you know your lithe reflexes do mean you're faster.
Okay.
So
Is there any like I'm on the roof now, right?
Mhm,
So
yeah.
are there any like windows or anything that I can get inside? Or like a chimney or anything?
Most of the windows that you have seen so far have been like not boarded up, but basically like shot heavily. You do see, yeah, most of the entryways up above would be like a chimney.
Okay, and how
um,
high is the chimney?
The chimney would be like from where you are, like a couple, like another like 3 to 5 feet, not very high at all.
No, okay, easy.
But like this is a residential chimney, right? So yeah.
I climb on top and like climb partway down the chimney.
All right. How deep into the chimney do you go?
We could. I guess it kind of depends on how deep the chimney goes, but like.
Yeah, looking into it, it goes down like it's not a very like tall house, so maybe like another. It's hard to think in feet for me. Maybe another like 5 meters.
Okay.
I mean, it's a
15 feet.
So 15 feet, yes, if you do the conversion. Yeah.
I go down 10 feet.
Okay. Climb down 10 feet. Gotcha. So yeah, this ghoul tries to like follow through, like climbs on top of the chimney, and like you can see it had like try to squeeze in. Let's see. Let's look at the squeezing rules.
Would that be one action, by the way, to get down? I have 15 feet climbing.
Squeeze is like you go, it takes like a minute to go like 5 feet, by the way, Joko.
Okay.
Just so you know, it's like really slow.
Yeah. You definitely could like do this in one action.
Okay. Okay, and if I ready an action that's 2, can you
actions
ready
ready.
a spell?
Only
You
if
ready
it's
a
a
2 action?
single action set. No, it needs to be a
Oh,
single
No.
action to be ready.
Okay, never mind then. Yeah, in that case, I just cast shield on myself.
Okay, so you say a quick word and oh, you're a fox.
No, wait, no, I focus. I can't use vocal. And I can't see him at the moment when I'm in the chimney. I wanted to see if I could charm him, but okay, never mind. I'll just stand there.
You just wait.
Yeah, I guess I'll.
You're in the cover.
Nothing to stop me, so.
It's hard to take cover, like because the only direction is like the
Yeah.
in the chimney.
It's a straight chimney.
Okay, so you hold tight for now. Yeah, so the bat tries to like climbs on top of the chimney, tries to get in, notices that it's gonna be hard. The first thing it does is it unloads this this screech, this very high pitched noise into the chimney. Give me a will save. Okay, yeah, you feel fine, but you do also feel like this created some noise, like to others previously unaware, maybe. So yeah, there's that possibility, but yeah, you shrug off the effects, and that's about all I can do now. It's like wriggling like on top of the chimney, and it's your turn.
Okay, I use charm.
Okay, you just look into his eyes and try to like dominate it.
And I
Okay,
haven't done
Lynx
any
charm.
hostile action,
Okay.
so it's
You can cast spells when you're in your thing. actually.
Charm for this with the vampire it loses the
Alright.
vocal thing.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and it becomes.
So you haven't
visual,
threatened it
yeah.
or used hostile
I think-
actions. That's nice.
Wait, I need to double check actually.
Yeah, I would check, but I'm not sure if general
I'll-
polymorph things stop you being able to use. Unless otherwise noted, battle form prevents you from casting spells, speaking, and using most manipulated actions.
Okay, now that's annoying. But I feel like
Does that
there was
note something about the vampire?
shape, like because it only uses statistics of the pest form, battle form, and isn't actually the.
Okay, then I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, because I only use stats of it. It doesn't say I
that's
like.
funny then. Maybe then not.
Casting it requires
So,
staring into the target's eyes, so I think that's the only thing you need to do in this case. So you still have eyes, so I think I'll allow you to like use it in the corpse form. So yeah, they have to make a will save. Gotcha.
Yeah. And if it's level 7 or above, it has one higher success.
Wait, it's DC 23, right?
Yep.
Oh, the charm it says a spell level 1, but is it your level or?
Yeah, it heightens at level 5 and every 2 levels higher. So I'm level 7 now.
First level.
So
What level? So,
Yeah,
okay.
Wait, sorry. So what level is it?
a third.
Third level. Okay. Okay, that does mean it fails.
Nice. Guess I can do this. Yeah, I'll change it to third. I'll have to manually change it as I level.
Oh,
Yeah, so it
sorry. I
fails.
meant the charm fails. My apologies. The
you
spell doesn't take
rude
effect. Yeah.
person.
That's such a rude way of saying it.
Wait. So it has to be higher than third or higher than
It needs to be,
two?
no, they need
It
to
needs to
be
be
higher than level 6. It needs to be 7.
Gotcha. No, my bad. Okay, so they do in fact fail. Like the charm takes hold.
Okay, so they become friendly and they can't take hostile actions.
Okay, yeah. So as you like deep peer into this ugly bad creature, their eyes are the glowing yellow eyes. It suddenly stops flapping, screeching, and just gonna looks at you, tries to maybe like lick you with its long tongue, even though it's still out of reach. Yes, and for now you are safe.
Yeah, in that case, I just crawl out of the chimney again.
You just like crawl past it.
Excuse me.
Yeah, it's a friendly creature now. So I
Um,
can go past it. Go past the space, you know.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, then it actually, as you climb past it, you do get a very long, gross, wet tongue lick across your back, as it's kind of like almost like just smiling at you with its vicious teeth.
Yeah. And how long does this last? It lasts for like.
It's just until an hour. I think it only gets longer at 4th level, it looks like.
Yeah. I didn't see the base duration.
Oh,
so-
yeah.
Yeah, an hour. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's just
Alright.
on there. Yeah, and I'm essentially just gonna fucking book it. I don't want to be. I don't. There was a lot of noise from that bat, so I don't want to be.
All right. Yeah, you book it. Do you try to go across the roofs again, or do you climb down?
I do
Yeah,
go across the roofs.
I'll say with your attempt and your overview of these roofs, you feel like you could still be quite stealthy with the obstruction of view of vision in your normal form.
Yeah, and I still have a climb speed then as well. So it's yeah. For the jumping, I'm gonna be in my normal form from now on.
Okay, just this giant humanoid fox in plate armor just like leaping across roofs. That's quite
Yeah.
visual. Yeah, give me another athletic check.
Okay, let me remove this. Athletics.
We've got very few hero points. We should give him a hero point, Jacko, for like the charming, the fifth fellow animal. What is it?
Okay, sure. Yeah, I'll give you a hero point for that. That was quite cool.
2 hours, no hero points. We're screwed in all these rules.
Oh, you got these edge points. You gotta.
Nah, they're fake. I haven't seen my character sheet. They don't
Oh, I could have
exist.
used them for this. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So just to reiterate, yeah, if you fail a skill check, you could like use an edge point to instead succeed. But yeah, you.
You didn't need it. You saved the edge point.
I didn't need it. Yeah, I didn't need it.
Saved that edge
Yeah,
point.
like those are all, of course, like limited
Yeah.
resource.
Does the bat go
Probably
back to
wanna-
its patrolling because it's now doesn't see me as a threat?
Yeah, it tries to like follow you for a bit.
Yeah, I tell it to piss off in my human form
Oh,
before
wow.
jumping.
Okay,
Not that rudely, but I.
Yeah, if you want, you can like try. It seems undead, so you can try to figure out what it is as well if you want.
Imagine. Maybe they know so much information. He wants to be our friend. If we can have it be our friend.
Okay, yeah, you know that this is it's called a scaveling, kind of like a bat that was giving the ghoul ritual treatment. They are they're capable of thought, but not really languages. They are, because of their large size, they are often used as mounts. Yeah, so but you tell it to piss off, and even though it doesn't understand you.
No, I'm not gonna. I was tempted, but
Briefly considered it.
yeah.
Wait a second.
No, okay, yeah, so
I
you,
tell it to go back to its patrolling.
even though it doesn't like quite understand the words, it does understand your meaning. Like go away, like a kick dog. It it flies off into the clouds. Now that you look at the clouds, you definitely see some more activity up there, but you seem to be mostly unnoticed as you like leap across.
If I had the heightened to 4th level, I definitely would have more considered it, but because then the duration is until my next daily preparation. So, but an hour is not enough for me to feel safe. But yeah, I can now more easily with a plus 15 instead of a minus 4 leap.
Turns out 19 is a big difference.
Yeah, it's 19 is a pretty big difference.
When plus ones matter. 19.
I'll say, as part of your now renewed vigor, you do quickly make your way across. Do give me a perception check. Okay, yeah. As you land on one of these steel, like tiled roofs. It only makes like a very soft, like thud, luckily. And as you like prepare for the next jump, for the next leap, you do hear some voices. Like your sharp ears twitch, and you do hear some voices, like a pair of voices talking very loudly inside of the building that you're that you're on. They seem to be like very close to the to the hearth, having a conversation. You do hear a male and female voice.
I turn into a fox and get close enough to listen in.
Okay. Yeah, as far as you can tell, it's maybe a couple of some kinds. You hear the man complaining loudly. Yeah, you rolled really well in perception check. It basically goes like, I don't know what to do, Suzanne. Ever since I've been laid off the factory, I can't even feed the damn kids. What? And I hear the female voice saying like, "Well, we don't have to feed the kids, Frank. They're undead, just like us." The other one says, "Of course I know that, Suzanne. I was speaking metaphorically. You need to put the bread on the table." The discussion keeps going. You start like thinking, "Oh, okay, there's not much of interest here," until the argument raises, and you actually hear the man exclaim like, "What now? At home, I also have a hack to listen to. You sound just as bad as the boss. I tell you what, ever since she locked down the factories, it's all gone down to a shit in a handbasket. But it's not your fault. I mean, they've laid off, most of the floor. I mean, maybe you can start studying some of that, like alchemical stuff that you've talked about. Aren't they mainly focused on that? It's not too late for you to like gain another, change your education." And the man, the man speaks and says, "I don't know. You gotta mix the stupid, like gray paste and the pinkish grain. I mean, it doesn't seem too hard. I just never got the handle on the amounts to balance the weights they lied. I mean, no, it's not for me." Yeah, and as you're familiar with these ingredients, you can definitely tell they're talking about the brain grit and the tremor paste that you're familiar with to create this lethal poison. The discussion continues, but not much more of interest there.
I want to hear what play damage for dinner after. What schools he's considering.
Maybe
they briefly consider like leaving town, but then they mention it's in their state nobody would think much of them. They'd be considered on the level of mere skeletons.
It's sad. What a way to be.
Yeah. What suckers. Yeah. My takes note and then moves on.
Alright. Yeah, and you make your way back to the party, right?
I never got to a factory.
Oh, sorry, you move on to the factory, of course, yes. In the meantime, Crow, you wanted to patrol the streets some more, see if you can...
Yeah, but before he does that, he would request from the Shroud if he could provide like some cape, like similar to what the trader was using. They like a Carter's Consume trader, like some kind of like hooded cape, kind of like more to stand less out sort of thing to have on.
a hooded cloak I can provide. You'll be fashionable as you make your way through. Yes, he leads you over to like this closet with various cloaks to pick from, and then in many different colors. I'm assuming you pick one that doesn't stand out too much.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. Also, if you make a stealth check as you try to make your way through like the livelier parts of town, which will have a struggle sense bonus for sure. Okay. Yeah, you make your way through, mostly listening in, because you realize that a straight up approach is mostly futile. You do happen to catch a conversation of two seem to be laborers of some kind, talking about the end of their shift and how they're gonna hole up in. As far as you can tell, it's like they're mentioning a name. It's not like an official business, but they seem to be like going to somebody's basement for a drink. So you follow them, and yeah, you are. As you like use them as your entrance, like it's like this back door basically. You find yourself in a kind of like smoke room, or like what do you call that? Like underground drinking establishments, as if it was out loud. Yes, and you surreptitiously try to blend in. I'll say in this room you can try and use some gather information to see what you can find out from these laborers. We'll get into the information after.
He would do it subtly as he has the feet for that.
Oh, nice, yeah.
Oops, that's supposed to be public. So I can reroll it if need be.
No, I'll reveal it.
Maybe
it's
I
free
can
eye.
do that still.
It
might be okay. Like it's on the edge, but I'll keep it.
What he wanted.
Yeah. Similar to there's a heavy air of discontentment in the room, as at the bar, or like this improvised bar, which is basically like a couple of crates where they have bottles of booze on. You see a row of like these Viralax staring into their drink, just like hurling complaints to each other about their station in life. Yeah, you just like slide on through, grab a stool, and just like join this line. Yes, and you pick up the conversation. Basically, the last conversation was basically like, "Fucking boss has gone insane. The past few weeks, her production standards have skyrocketed. Nothing is good enough. Laying off twice the workforce and having the rest of us pick up the slack." They kind of like the man speaking notices you, just gives you a nod, and goes back to his drink. He doesn't seem to like take much, doesn't perceive your skin. I mean, you're kind of like gaunt, so maybe like just the light makes it seem like you fit in with a greenish tint. Yeah, you have an opening in the conversation if you wish to take it.
Yeah, things are not looking great, are they, for your average guy?
And raise a glass to that, and like everyone like in a row raises their glass.
And she doesn't even fucking come out to look at them. She sticks to the shadows, hides.
It's worse than that, haven't you heard? Fucking, it's all over the floors.
No.
Ever since she fucking changed the gears, she's been locked up on the second floor of the steel mill. Fucking never leaves the factory without overwhelming security. Those fucking bots, you know.
Those fucking bots.
Okay, they come in from Alcatraz, think they can take our jobs. What the fuck is that?
Yeah. Into this place. Done to shit.
Shit, that's about right. The river is filled with it. Overflows with fucking shite.
What can one do? Not much, huh?
One can buy a round of drinks is what they can.
That is true. Hey!
Oh, yeah, you get a round of drinks. It's like 3 copper for the lot.
Expensive.
Yeah, you
I could probably
give me a perception check
sure.
as you are handed some of the ale. Yeah, you're on your guard. This looks kind of like murky in a way that booze shouldn't be. Even the strongest of lagers. So yeah, you definitely feel like you shouldn't be drinking this.
Yeah. Crow kind of looks at Crow. Crow is like, as he gets the beer, he's like, oh fuck, I forgot about. Oh god damn it! And he like gets up. You guys take the drink, whatever. I need to fucking go. And he
Alright, you did your
gets up.
part. They both give you another raise of the glass, and yeah, you make your exit cleanly. Yeah, have a hero point for the natural 40 at least. That is I don't think we had that in the campaigns yet. Alright, yes. And Ostion, do you want to do anything particular, or are you waiting for the other two to return?
If he's not interested in doing anything.
Alright. So the problem is getting to the factories is that the river is quite a natural divider, so you would have to like get off the roofs and try to maybe stealth your way across. You can either try to swim across the river or like use one of the bridges. You're swimming.
If there's,
You're gonna
I
die.
thought the river was like around. No.
No, so yeah, the town and the factories are like divided by this river. Yeah.
Okay.
Outside of town,
Is
there
it
any
still water or like?
No, it's running. It's as you get closer to it, you definitely see it's running slowly. It almost seems like less water, more sludge, like very black brownish. You can sometimes see some of the liquids hit the riverbed and then doesn't retract, and then it almost goes like solid. It doesn't seem too healthy.
The health part is not the issue. It's more the probably requires a swim check.
Put in your flippers.
Yeah, seeing flippers on the fox. Yeah, I think.
Well, I'll say, as you're tracking this out, like it wouldn't be an athletics check really, because it doesn't go very fast at all. It's basically like sludging along. But yeah, the only problem would be like the
shit you drown in, man. Like bogs and shit. It's like impossible to swim in. Crazy.
Yeah, most of the problem would be like what it's made out of and what effect it could have on you.
Okay, I'm a fucking undead. I don't care about that. I go through it.
Okay,
Alright.
just because I'm looking cool here.
Make me a fortitude save. As you feel, as you enter the liquid, it's clinging to you, and you immediately feel like a shiver, and yeah,
Does this count as like poison or disease or like that?
definitely yes.
Definitely. In that case, yeah, I can't manually activate this, so it should be a +1.
Okay.
So 28.
Okay, it's only a short time, fortunately. Like the river isn't super wide. So and yeah, your undead nature does mean that you're not immediately affected. Like as you like cross to the other side, you dry yourself off with a heavy shake, and yeah, you like you haven't been immediately like affected, at least. So you're not sure about the long term effects, but
I climb on top of the factories.
all right. Give me a stealth check though. As you reach this part, you can definitely see like there's various labors, some constructs
Definitely
patrolling.
want to not fail this any way I can. I think it's my fox currently. It's
Okay.
almost non-incubated.
Yeah, you. So your goal is one of the abandoned factories, right? Your goal is one of the abandoned factories. Yeah, you make your way around. Finding one of them is not very difficult because only a few of them seem to be active. So you make your way closer to the graveyard side of the buildings, and yeah, you manage to sneak in quite deftly, like kind of like a hitman style. Montage where like you wait for like one patrol, sneak up behind them, like use their path so it doesn't cross over with any of the other patrols, and yeah, you dart your way in into this like dusty, very like large room. Like you see this abandoned like thread mill basically in the middle. Yeah, you start making your way around. Give me a perception check. Okay. Yeah, most of it seems to be like the only thing remains mostly is like these abandoned like gears and factory appliances. You do find in the corner stacked some left behind like sacks. And once you peruse through them, you do see more of these alchemical items that you're familiar with. But that's about all you can find here. Yeah.
Yeah, I check another factory just to see whether factories seem to have the same like they're built similarly with similarly set up with the rooms and whatnot. You know, the layout. That's the word I was looking for. They have similar layout.
Yeah, you head through. I'll keep the same stealth check. Head through a couple of them, and the layout changes not quite drastically. Like all of them have one large like main floor and like a few side rooms basically. But the layout of the main floor depends on what they were like using it for. You can see most of them were to do with metal, but some of them were like to do with like crafting wheels. Some of them were weapons, armory. Actually, as you go through it, like a lot of them seem to have been like armor and weaponry at some points.
Yeah, after this, not having seen much of interest, but got a general outline how they built these factories, Maya is going to return to the party.
Okay. Once again, by the river, or?
Yep.
Okay. Make me another force, as you say.
I used a hero point.
Alright.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you can
Um,
do such punch and stuff.
What do you say?
There are edge punch to succeed, assuming they're a fortune effect.
Well, those
Um,
are for skill checks, not for
Oh
saves.
yeah.
yeah, this is
Gotcha.
this is something in between, like obstacles, basically. Yeah, you make your way through. It feels heavier and heavier to get like through the other side. You do manage, but you feel weakened by whatever clings to you, and you're not sure how it enters your system, but you definitely feel sickened. So you're sickened one right now.
Oh, okay. Second.
Current stream didn't go quite so well.
Sorry.
No. Yes, I'll say, and if the party wants to reconvene, like you have to wait for. I think Mai would take the longest for sure, so you have to wait for Mai to return, kind of like shivering a little bit as the fox re-enters the home.
No.
What
And then I
happened to you,
fucking
Mai?
retch until I'm off with this fucking second condition. If it even seems possible.
You start rushing, it doesn't seem to disappear.
Okay.
What happened to you, Mai? You don't look well.
The fucking river. There's
You
something
swam
in it.
Oh.
Well, the
Oh, the poison.
alternative
Poison.
would go via the bridge with the people.
I suppose.
It worked fine the first time, but
Well, there's nothing can be done about it now. You've probably taken some of the poison in.
well, I was able to find out a couple of things. First of all, there are what were those like var something var.
Verilex.
There are Verilex flying around the sky.
Oh, sorry, you mean the flying creatures? No, those are.
Yeah, the flying creatures.
The Virex are the people.
Those are
No, the Verilex.
scavens.
Scavlings, yeah. There are scavlings flying around the sky. One saw me, but I was able to use my magic to charm it, so it would go away and not.
This was
make too
yesterday
much-
when we did this, right?
No, this was all in the same.
No, we had a.
Yep,
Yeah.
all about the same. Yeah, that's all about the same.
Yeah,
We start with my, then we deter to the gross thing, like stepped out the second for the gross thing, and then we step to continue mice.
Yeah, mine left after the rest, so it was all after.
yeah. This
What
was
did we
the
do on
same.
the first day? What did I do on the first day? Oh, she went to
outside.
skeleton.
Yeah,
Oh,
skirts,
that-
yeah.
Yeah, forgot the graveyard thing and
Yeah.
stuff.
My brain.
Then I also overheard that they're laying off a great deal of people, or what's her fucking name again? I'm gonna scroll off a bit. Don't say it. The Croatia is laying off a great deal of people. Many more factories are abandoned, and I was able to get
Yes.
into some of them.
Yes, anything interesting inside?
Other than the layout being similar but not identical, there's generally a large room, a large central chamber where the actual production takes place, and a couple of side rooms, but they always, depending on what's made there, it's very different. Though there's a lot less alchemy going on than I thought. A large number of the factories were meant for weapons and such.
Yes, I
Metalwork.
believe. Yes. Well, speaking of metalworks,
As you
talk
say
it
that, the side door slams open, and you can see one of these large metal constructs, basically start running into the room as another rolls like sideways and lands on one knee and aims one of the rifles at you. And we have to roll some initiative.
Son of a bitch. I failed one of the stealth checks or something, I don't know.
We probably failed some stealth checks at some point, possibly.
Like,
we wouldn't know that we failed. Like, if they get awareness points, we wouldn't know it.
Or the visage is a fucking shroud. Shroud's a boss.
Never trust the shroud.
Who knows? Who
No.
knows?
Let's roll some initiative. That's a bad roll, but I'll take it.
Is there a combat map for this, or just this?
No, unfortunately not. I can put you on a different map, I think. There might be, but there might be. I can double check. Not classically.
I drew the room already.
No.
What? No.
Okay, this kind of works. Yeah. Okay, let me put you guys on here, and then.
I didn't see anyone tailing me or anything, did I?
No, you didn't
Imagine
notice anyone
not
tailing you.
tailing.
Yeah.
Probably, I would have hoped you would have told us if you had.
Yeah.
No, you didn't see anyone. Let me see. Okay, this kind of works. Like the inside of the room doesn't fit. That large counter isn't there. But this will make do because it's kind of like a small room. I'll say you guys were like a little bit inside.
Where's the other door? Like, guys, like towards inside the building.
The other door would be like right here in the middle, basically.
For some reason, the floor is just black for me.
Oh really?
Just refresh.
Like what else we can see, or?
Yeah, it's
Hit
not
the streets. Fancy. And such a small room they gave us to live in. What the fuck? Where are the beds? You promised beds.
Listen, okay. I work with what I got.
I'll draw the bed.
There we
Yeah,
go.
please.
That's a lot better.
Okay, how do you get 3 beds?
Okay,
into
let me
this?
double check.
One bed here. Oh no, it's not a bed. That's not a bed.
I'll say this one made its way inside here, and this one is like here.
Dude, they look so fucking cool. Luckily, the
Yeah,
beds
so I'll
are
give
blocking
you
the way in. They can't get past the
a
beds.
image.
No, initiatives were rolled in the other place.
Oh yeah, you need it.
Oh shit,
Oh,
yeah.
right? What the fuck? Good thing I didn't ever look much into Clockwork. I remember looking them up at one time when I was DMing, but I was like, these are too complicated. I'm not going to look into that very much. Well, there's like a fucking billion of them. There was like a fucking billion of them that were created for fucking like Outlaws of Arkansas or some shit. It's like, fucking Clockwork enemies.
Do we re-roll or do we keep the...
Do we re-roll? You fucking wish. Do we re-roll initiative?
No, you use the same initiative as you got.
Yeah, but I don't know how to change it.
Let's change the map again. One more.
No, I can change it. I can change it.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
That's not very good at all.
Obviously, I take the super long bed here.
What? They rolled a 29. Can they roll a 27 instead?
Gotta give you guys rolls.
Yeah.
What were you? What are your numbers? Do you know?
28.
25 for Peru.
17.
Wait, updates. So that's 25. My was 23. What?
No, I'm 17.
17. Okay.
I rolled a 6.
Right.
Wait, shouldn't I
Awesome.
be 18 then? More than...
28.
Oh wait, I'm second.
28. Okay.
Yeah, almost faster.
All right. Wait, I heard the comment twice. Wait, what the fuck?
Nope, I don't know what.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so this Clockwork Rifler basically uses its large rifle as a bayonet, like and charges in at you with large steps. Mai. Let me see what it can do with that. Oh wait, it has this little thing here called a bayonet charge. Nice.
Ooh. So where was the door that led to the main room? That was
Like here.
Oh, there, okay.
You guys,
You draw it if you want.
Okay, now maybe? I don't know, hopefully.
I can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yeah, you can.
Oh, he's lagging again.
He didn't want to lose a fight, you know. Okay,
I mean, I'll just roll this check, you know, there's no way it hits. It misses.
Yay, missed. Oh.
Try it again. Oh. And my founder keeps resetting as well, man. What is going on?
Oh, now it's kinda good.
Kinda good. Pog.
We can hear you
Yeah.
and see you move.
Hopefully it keeps up for like 20 minutes.
Hopefully.
Oh, it missed me.
Yeah, tries once more.
Crits me?
Oh, does it? Look, I can't see my founder, man.
No, it's about critical hit about the head, but it could be a critical
Wait,
miss.
it doesn't crit. It doesn't crit.
I mean,
Do I have to reload again? God damn.
dude, maybe he actually doesn't need to be roll, but Jack won't see the dice roll. And then we don't know if it was a critical miss or critical hit, right? Because it's fucked.
Nah, that's fair enough.
So fucked.
I'm checking out this is the roll then.
Nah, but you certainly don't see the roll. If Foundry is fucking up when it happens.
That's the rules.
Oh, that guy's Jackal rolls
Did it
again.
shoot me or did it punish
It tried
me?
to
It
charge
charged you with
you.
a bayonet.
Hmm?
Very. It's melee.
Oh, melee, okay. Like, you all talked at the same time, so I fucking...
Nah, we didn't. Don't know which one bad. Don't know which one bad.
Okay, just a great screen. Oh, something's happening. Okay, loading. Yeah, okay. Huge, okay. Yeah, I rolled a crit. So, you take... Oh, wait, what? Oh no, sorry. You take 22 damage. As, yeah, this large, almost like a pike on top of this two-handed rifle, just like pierces in one of the weak points of your armor.
I may use my selfish shield, I'll gladly do so.
This was a pretty heavy surprise. I don't think you have your reaction
okay.
right here.
22, you said? 23.
Yes,
22?
22. But that is the extent of its turn. Ocean.
What kind of damage is it?
It is piercing.
Resistance against piercing gets fucked.
Nice.
Yes, fucked.
I can undo my damage.
A little, I was busy relaxing all day. You guys come back and you bring these guys with you? Come on, guys. Not cool. As I mean, you know, we got to test the waters here a little bit. I'll just, casually throw a little telekinetic projectile, just a normal one, just, testing the air. I'll choose one of the wooden chairs I broke in the farmhouse,
Alright, sure.
But he looks like he'd made out of, let me look
Metal.
at the sort of damage type I want to do.
In 5e, this is where you would heat metal.
2, right? Oh yeah, I know all about these things. They're magical in nature. Yes, good. I will choose bludgeoning damage. Why not? Hit it with just a whack at the back of one of the broken chair legs.
Okay.
Is there cover? There's no cover, right? That's insane.
No.
Okay. Boop. Boop. Donk.
At 4.
Okay, we learned that 4 is a miss. I don't like the dice, I'm changing back. One action left.
So yeah, as you shoot this spike out, you can see like a single red eye like flick over to you, start beeping, and it just like dodges out of the way nimbly.
Okay. There isn't actually like a table or anything I could get on the other side of, right? That's
No. It's a simple because you could like try to take cover behind one of the beds, but it wouldn't provide
let's
much
just
other
get
than that.
shield instead.
Right. Bro.
These dice have got to go away.
Or you figure out that they have a weakness 15 to slashing or something.
Good to get missed anyway.
His first action is first turn. His free action, he draws out his weapon and steps 10 feet. It's part of 10 paces.
Ooh, very nice.
To here. Now, what do we have here?
Stroll to the other side of my...
You.
Yeah, and I wanted to say, just as I started lagging, as I do need to leave in 20 minutes. I can't go.
Yeah, gotcha.
So,
Hopefully we can end this
So,
combat then. But...
Just
Yeah.
fire.
Crow will exploit vulnerability on this guy.
That's success.
That's a success. Yeah, so you know that these machines are used for all manner of things, but you know, obviously their current actions mean that they're programmed for combat. They, in that case, often used as guards. You know that they are very heavy. They weigh about 500 pounds each, just consisting of like the heavy metals. You know that they're very intricate and complex. They are built with very highly skilled engineer work. They do involve some amount of magic, but they're primarily mechanical. And let's see. Oh, you also know that they are powered by this wind-up key, basically, like almost like a toy, you know, like hidden on their backside. You know that it's required every day to like charge them up that way. A skilled engineer or crafter could like reverse engineer this to like power them down. As to their weaknesses,
I
know
actually
that
see them
they're-
on my screen.
oh cool.
But the question is, does them actually tell me how high is the resistance to physical that they have?
Do you get the amount?
Is
Okay.
that, I'm pretty sure I get like, okay, I'll just link the feed and we can figure it out. So it doesn't exactly say I get the amount, but like it seems I would get
Not
the amount.
about the highest.
If the creature has resistance.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, it just says that it has it, right? And it's
It's different in this. For the exploit vulnerability, it specifically says the amount, right? And this doesn't.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah, it says for critical success and vulnerability, it says including the amount of resistances and weaknesses.
Okay.
Like
gotcha.
it doesn't say it. And it
You know that they are resistant to physical damage because of their heavy armor plating.
Yeah. Okay, Crow chooses the resistance. The...
what? It's in general? What?
Oh no, you do know that it can be bypassed with special
Adamantine
metals.
Oracle.
Yeah.
The Adamantine Oracle. They are resistant,
yeah,
very
let's just
resistant.
grab them and
Yeah. They are resistant to various physical hits unless powered by stronger metals. They experience defenses and then fires at this dude.
Wow.
It didn't have any weaknesses.
They did.
It does, but he knows.
Uh,
Yeah.
You guys don't have the damage.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Got it. Probably
you don't
like
know what damage types I have.
electrical or
I have lots
something,
of
or acid, or
crystals.
God, let me yeah, Crow first faints at this guy. That's a pretty good old pistol throw.
You do pistol throw. Gotcha.
It makes more sense.
We know you can use mental against them. We know that.
Oh yeah, that's the thing.
Oh no, yeah, you would know that these are mindless constructs.
In
So
that case,
yeah, you can have the action back.
then he aspires at the thing.
You return fire with a hit. Okay.
Nice.
Okay, for
and
I
ignores
can just
it.
click the button. It doesn't ignore it.
No, I don't.
There's also, I haven't implemented this aura yet because I forgot there is +2 status monster damage now as well.
Oh,
Around me.
I think that doesn't
insanity.
show up. That's weird.
Wait,
Yeah,
what?
it
Where
did.
do you get that from?
It's from added benefits of my regalia.
It's weird. That doesn't automatically happen. It's really weird.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's within 15 feet of me. Yeah, there's no things like the thumb touch really badly done. That's regardless regalia is. So it's
Okay.
possible.
Is that your turn?
Yes. One more action, so he fires again.
Alright.
Because only one action so far.
Oh,
24
nice.
hits, huh?
Ooh, yes, you strike. Or I'm just gonna do manual then for 9. Okay. Yeah, you're.
Plus
Oh, yeah,
2.
plus
You
a
can
2,
you
yeah.
have to you can manually judge the attack roll team to always have it, you know, if it's always on all your attacks.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Or does it have to be like on an exploit the target? I don't know.
I don't think so.
The status is always.
It doesn't have on your actions on above strikes like a thing you can click on.
Oh, right, actually, because you guys also have +2 stats to +2 damage.
What?
Oh,
This is fucking
it's
broken.
Pretty good.
No.
Alright. Okay, so another hit, yeah, you know exactly where to strike them underneath the metal plates and sheets. You can definitely see like one of the gears start malfunctioning already, like a little bit on the shoulder. Okay, but this other automaton, basically like with the large rifle rested on his knee, now like scans you up and down. You can see like a red, like infrared, like target acquired, and tries to shoot you back. Or publicly.
But now we identify these. Yeah, dog.
Ooh, didn't target you, but that's a crit, right? Or no?
Is sadly a crit.
Right.
And that's
Okay.
a rifle, so
Yeah,
Big damage. Fatal D10, I see right there, Monka.
Big damage.
Bad
Yeah.
damage. Total.
So only 37.
Holy
As it
shit.
like hits you like I'll say straight in the neck. You know, like there's now like a hole, both front and back, as it just like hits into the wall behind you. You kind of like to hold it, to stop the bleeding. Okay,
13
let's see.
minutes
It
left.
does. Oh yeah, sorry. Does this need to? It doesn't say it needs. There's no reload on it. Oh, reload one. Yeah. So he does take an
reload
action.
It is a double
to
barrel,
put it
though,
back.
so technically it would be able to.
Oh, each reload
Shoot the
separately.
second
So you can
barrel,
shoot twice.
Oh yeah. You can fire both barrels with double and single strike to increase the weapon damage die by 1 step. Oh fuck. Okay. Just increase the fatal die by 1 step.
Yeah,
You're gonna make
each
it
shot
shoot
one.
again,
You've
but-
already
but-
rolled the damage.
But with the double barrel, can you shoot? You can shoot twice separately, right?
Yeah,
Without
you can
reloading.
shoot twice separately or once.
So yeah. So
but,
I'll just do that then. Yeah. So
Yeah, you didn't want to use
another
the both at once, you know, that'd be crazy.
26 that hits again.
But now there's
Or-
no damage, right?
Only 15.
+9 is crazy.
Yeah, this guy's have amazing pluses for guns.
The monsters, they don't.
Right.
I mean,
Yes, and then final action. It starts reloading one of the barrels.
My pulls out her weapon and attempts to strike this guy.
No touch.
Mhm.
He misses.
They do not.
Okay, 24 is the AC, boys. The second makes me miss.
Just barely. Yeah, a little bit sluggish still.
And strikes again. Ow!
Oh, we found
Okay.
it.
Recalibrate. Very nice. Ooh, good damage as well.
20 damage. 22 damage technically.
Yeah, definitely did aura because double
Oh,
good
with
manually
this
with
push,
them.
right? With this
Yeah,
push,
so
right?
it's-
Oh,
It
yeah,
should
well,
be-
it's +5. Yeah.
So you actually could have put that.
Alright, so it's your
And that's my
third action, yeah. So yeah, so with your sword like embedded in the chest, it knocks it out of the way and tries to pierce you once more.
Nice.
Okay, that's
what I'm
another
talking
one. They don't really have much else. They
about. Ah, that
God,
might-
I think-
that's what I'm thinking about.
no, I think it then
Oh, no.
aims the rifle at you, Ocean, and unloads both barrels.
What?
That does provoke if anyone, yeah.
Right, doesn't have time.
The crow does, right?
Oh, Kodas, yeah.
Oh,
Well,
sadly.
not two.
Okay.
There is like lesser cover or whatever it's called from me being in the way.
No, there isn't.
no.
It wasn't for me.
Hmm?
No, there
That's
isn't.
Doesn't matter anyway, right? No.
Oh, you're over here. You're over here on the bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I can see you right behind me for some reason.
Oh, that's really weird.
Interesting.
Oh, yeah, that is.
Alright, for... Ooh. Jesus Christ. So
D12.
with the double barrels, yeah, it's
Increase
There's something
die by
you
one.
pick maybe on something for it?
Yeah, it just increases the damage die.
So it'd be 2d8 plus 9 if you want to do it
2d8s, yeah.
manually.
Yep.
Okay, I don't think I'm having much time to cast shield anymore, so I'll just choose to like let some of the shield absorb some of the magic and then kind of dissipate. So I take 10 less, so -6.
Oh, my foundry frozen again. God damn it, this is not speeding things up.
I'm sure then he submits it to the final action, right?
Final
start
action would
floating
be
or some shit, I
to strike my once more, but that's probably missing.
Good.
Minus
No
10.
bullets left. No
You also
bullets
can
left.
probably turn, like that's probably doubtful. Whatever the strike does on my
Yeah, I will choose that, after seeing Crow take a very bad shot, that this is an important situation, actually, and will unleash, of course.
Oh my god,
Ooh,
natural 19?
It's
So they do a hit with the third strike, yeah.
So that as well,
God.
actually, yeah.
For 11. Oh,
For
will be
11, but I will this piercing plus so it's 9. No, it's 8, and then I reduce it by an additional 5, so only 3 damage.
2 different resistances on those they stab you take.
I don't. It's not a resistance.
Oh, it's not. Oh, cool.
It just reduces damage I take.
Weird.
Self shield. It's like shield lock.
Oh, okay, yeah.
No, wait. Oh, fuck. No, you're right. You gain resistance.
Oh,
Can
it's
13
right.
damage.
I'll
fucking
decide. I
bullshit.
gotta kill this guy. I'll cast True Strike.
Alright.
Then I'll put this one who
Wait,
shot me
9.
in my sights and amp until connect projectile. I will aim for just smashing like a small fragment of bone through one of the red eyes.
Nice.
Let's hope so.
Okay,
It hits. I'll take it. 4 damage. 39.
39? Excuse me.
Damage. Yeah.
So that's +2 as well. But
No,
it
it's
is...
when I unleash the status. So it doesn't.
okay.
When I unleash, it doesn't stack. So it's 9
So,
so they do.
and it's not bypass, right? So... Wait, why did it take full damage?
Because this is untied damage for some reason. Because I guess I
okay.
always can choose each time. So it
So
should
it's
be.
actually
so it's
alive
on 2
with-
HP. No!
Yeah. It is alive.
If
No!
only you had the status.
It's-
Additional
if
Oh,
it-
damage.
totally. Right? That's my turn. Go first.
Put the combat counter up, and it is Crow.
Okay, Crow. Realizing that he has a magazine with apparently 4 bullets loaded into his gun, the 6 fires the last bullet on this guy.
Mm-hmm. Holy shit.
Nice.
That's,
2 damage.
I think you're gonna do at least 2 damage during this attack.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you take aim, you hit it right on the chest where there's this purplish virus that is the life force of this creature. It bursts outward, and it just immediately like shuts down and falls to the ground.
Yeah.
Oh wait, Crow takes 20 damage.
Oh,
Please, Crow just.
Oh, I'm healed for some reason.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you-
What's happening?
Tracked
You-
out.
I've targeted you
19,
guys?
and then you-
I scratched my healings. You don't need to do damage to me. Wait, why did I? Wait, how am I down to 62? Of
Yes, he accidentally did
Oh, I
19
did.
damage and healed you for
Oh,
32.
19
Give yourself.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I scratched both of them.
Oh, because I was on the wrong tab. My bad. Okay, so this one gets dice for sure. Yes, that's your first action.
Yeah. Then I suppose he realizing that this doesn't actually unlike weakness thing, this doesn't actually globally apply. He's gonna do explode vulnerability on the other guy.
Okay.
So separately. Oh, that's a crit.
Okay, so you gain the... Well, you already know it's 5 resistance.
Yeah, but I would also get the critical noise check possibly if that's enough for that.
That's
Yeah,
fine,
let's see.
but maybe we do it after this.
Yeah, we have
combat.
6
Sure.
minutes left.
Okay.
Let's do it next time. Yeah.
But the lore...
Let's do that.
We can do more after.
And he takes the mortal weakness of electricity. Actually, no, Oracle. Oracle, that makes sense, yes. That also maybe by best resistances, but really doesn't. And then he goes to like over yonder, the side, straight over here. That's his turn.
Gotcha. Okay. In the meantime, I've loaded back in because Sandra keeps crashing. Cool, cool. Here we are. So that's you. That's the honor clockwork rifler. Reloaded once.
Yeah.
Oh wait, it says for me. Wait, let me just move you here. I can't. Okay, so you're in the corner next to us, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. It will just fire at Mai with this one bullet.
Surely this is cover though, unless it's moved and I can't see it.
This is some cover, yeah, for sure. Public. So it still hits even with the cover.
Is it the melee strike? I'm guessing that's the same damage, but the damage won't be right because you click melee.
Oh shit, yeah. Now let me roll the damage of the barrel. 12.
Okay, and I think if I just click damage here, I take 9. Perfect.
Cool. And then he stands up from his kneel position. Well, not actually standing, but you know. And then he charges at you with his remaining 2 actions. With a bayonet charge. So it's a -4. Missing you. Cool.
Okay.
And it is your turn.
Can you remove the dead one? Oh no, I'm just gonna attack. I'm sure I have the correct one targeted.
You can also attack the dead one and it's fine as well, right?
Yeah, that's
no, it didn't AC because unconscious.
Oh yeah.
And then I strike.
Nice.
Deal damage.
Very nice.
2 extra
so
damage
that's
from
20, so
Lauren.
15.
Alright.
Strike again.
Ooh,
I missed.
for you. Phew.
And then I cast shield.
Alright, you
I
raise
see
the
that-
darkness of you.
See,
Also.
mine is in a big rush. So I just don't even consider too much. I just amp a new telekinetic projectile it. I don't true strike though, that'd be crazy. I'll aim for this purple vial, which I saw Crow shoot.
Alright.
Og.
Nice.
Worth
Terrible
30 damage.
damage.
I
Terrible
mean,
damage.
some would say that's good damage.
I don't know the averages. Then I have 1 action left.
Oh, +5. Oh, no, plus.
I will.
Yeah.
So I have 1 action.
That will also. Oh no, Unleash Pride only gives status bonus, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that doesn't work. Side burst. I will fade into daydreams in case I get shot at. Ah!
Yeah. Hide the cloak.
Crow.
Yeah. Okay. Crow.
Crow drops his what's his face? His
They gun, and what else do
yeah,
you do?
gun. And then
I like me short like that.
what's the that's right, he's cool. Draw a star knife and throws it.
Okay.
Yep.
Just a miss.
You can throw it again.
No,
turn.
because you had to draw. Oh no! Oh yeah, no.
Hey, dropping doesn't cause an action.
Yeah, that's true.
Rip.
Rip.
Unfortunately.
Never gonna get
what
that in
else
time.
is clockwork do?
It
Okay.
delays.
I'll just do 3. 3 quick strikes at the bayonet on you, man. Misses with the first one, excuse me.
Hey,
What's your AC? Holy shit. Okay.
28.
Champion, baby.
Critical miss.
Oh,
Yep,
then
an
Mike
actual
just
critical
kills
miss
it.
and the third attack.
Mike kills it. Kill it, Mike. Kill it.
Okay,
Alright,
fucking
yeah,
go.
just ineffective against you.
No.
No, hero point.
Oh, yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Critical hits!
Yeah. Someone to the 20. Fuck. Now you run out of here. Get out of here.
42.
Fucking run.
Actually,
Run.
44.
We did it.
So
Is
take
it
this
enough?
damage.
Yes.
Fuck, it has like 1 HP.
No,
Well,
it
would you have
takes
2
more,
status
two more,
bonus?
2 more than status.
So-
2 more
Oh,
than
it takes
status,
2 more, yeah.
Yes, you did it!
We did it.
Good.
You should have
Okay, he's gone.
That gets you the urgency the combat should have. You know, like you don't have time
Right.
to consider it. You're on a
I
fucking.
Kind of like that,
I kind of
actually.
like it. Kind of like it, man. I kind of like it.
Let's say it's nice change of pace at least. But alright, well, I guess thanks for
Yep.
such. I'll finish this next time.
Speaking of that next time.
Bye bye.